Can you hear me now? Start again. Hi, Tam. We're starting in a comfortable seat again. Close the eyes. Take an inhale through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. And do that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And just take a moment to look inwards and check in with yourself today. Acknowledging your physical sensations, emotions, anything that's coming up in the mind, your energy. Take a moment to think about your intention, reason for your practice this evening. We'll take an inhale together. Send out your intentions with your exhale. And keeping the awareness on your breath, start to find a smooth, easy breath to use through the practice. Feel the inhale as it moves in, the body expands, and the exhale as it moves out. And start to feel that like a wave flowing in and out, where the breath, the inhale, and the exhale are equal in length. And the breath is your guide when you're moving through the practice. Keep flowing with this rhythm. When we're holding, come back to this rhythm. When you lose this rhythm, then take a break. Reconnect to the breath and then join us when you're ready. On your next inhale, reach the hands out to the sides, all the way up. Press the palms at the top. Exhale, draw the prayer down the center line. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, draw the prayer down. 1 more time. Inhale to reach out, reach up. Keep the hands high. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms up. Press the palms up towards the ceiling, root down through the seat and relax the shoulders. On your next inhale, lift up And then lean over to your right. So your seat just stays in the same position. Keep the left sit bone rooting down as you lean over to the right. Bring the upper arms in towards your ears, a big stretch through that left side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lean over to your left, very heavy through your seat. Lean up and over. Inhale to come back up, release the fingers, and we're going to twist to the right, right hand behind, left hand crossing over. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale, turn softly to the right. Doesn't need to be a big twist. You don't need to crank the head around. Just a gentle twist early on in the practice. And we'll take 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, come back through center and over to the left. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale, turn. 2 more breaths. Now look forwards in a cross-legged seat if that's comfortable for you. If not, just extend the legs out or one leg out, one leg in, whatever. Inhale to sit tall and exhale, tilt forwards. You start to feel that through your hips, through the lower back. Look down towards the floor. Couple of deep breaths here. Use your next inhale to lift up. If you're sat cross-legged, then switch the cross of the legs so the opposite shin is in front. Another inhale to lengthen up, and the exhale to fold forwards. Look down so the neck and the shoulders are soft. Couple of breaths here. Inhale to sit up. Now interlace the fingers behind the back. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Start to lift your elbows away from the back. If you can, you lift the knuckles, the hands away from your back, squeezing the upper arms in towards each other. Lift the chest. You might lift the gaze up, so a little back bend. One more breath. And then release. And come forward into child's pose. So big toes touch, take the knees wide, let the head rest. Just roll the forehead from side to side. Wriggle the seat back towards the heels, so the hips heavy towards the heels. Take a few deeper breaths in this position. And then you're going to make your way up to all fours. Spread the fingers out wide. On your inhale, lift the gaze and lengthen the spine for cow pose. Exhale, round the back and tuck the chin for cat. And you can keep moving between cow and cat or some side stretches. And then come into stillness here. Tuck the toes under and push back to downward facing dog. Lift the sit bones up and back. So you look back towards your feet. Often people want to look towards their hands or the top of the mat, but let the head go so the neck is neutral. Press into the hands and shift the weight back. And then any adjustments that you need. So find stillness here. So the fingers spread out wide and you push the mat away to lengthen the spine. And the heels work towards the mat, but maybe not touching down. And a little bend in the knees is really useful. On your next inhale, come forwards into a plank, either with the knees up or release your knees down, modified plank. On your next exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Push the mat away, lift the hips up. Inhale, forwards to plank. Exhale, shift back to down dog. One more time, come forwards to plank. Everybody release the knees down, a modified plank. Make sure the hips are not drooping, the hips lift up a little bit. Take an inhale. Use your exhale to bend the elbows and lower down onto your belly. Push the tops of the feet down. Heavy the pelvis down, forehead down. Bring the fingertips off of the mat out to the side, elbows up, 90 degrees. On your inhale, lift the chest and the head. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, you lift up and bend the right knee. Exhale, lower down, switching sides. Inhale, come up and bend your left knee. Exhale, lower. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, push up through the knees. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee. Open the hip, point your right knee up to the ceiling. Sink the left heel down. Inhale, kick away through that right foot. Square off the hips. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Really hug the knee in towards the belly and step the right foot through. Release the back knee down. A low lunge, hands on the mat, or grab your block or blocks. Couple of breaths here. And pull back to half splits. So shift the hips back, flex the right foot. Wriggle that heel forwards if you need to. And inhale to lengthen out of the waist. Exhale, tilt forwards. And you can either just keep that foot with the toes pointing up, or you can turn the toes out to the right. Either hold it or gently fanning side to side. See how that feels for you. If that makes you grunt and groan, don't do it. Couple more breaths. Now rock forwards, back into the low lunge. Adding in a twist, left hand down, right hand reaches up. So there's that long line from your left hand out through the right hand. Hold it here or add in the quad stretch, bending your left knee so the left heel comes in towards you. Maybe the right hand comes to the left foot. The hips still sinking down and forwards. Turn to your right for 2 breaths. Look down. Take the hands down, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. And we take a quarter turn to the left side of the mat for Prasarita. That's the wide leg forward fold. So check that the feet are parallel. If anything, the toes turn in slightly. Inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Bend in the knees can be helpful. Let the head go. Hands in any position you choose. Give the head a shake. Yes and no. You should be feeling this stretch through the back of the legs. Inhale for a halfway lift. Walk the hands to the top of the mat and pivot your feet. Step back to downward facing dog and pause. Inhale, come forwards into plank. Knees up or down. Exhale, you lower down with control. Inhale for cobra, pressing into the hands, come up any amount. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up, lengthen through the top of the head. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up through the knees or plank. Exhale, back to down dog. Smooth out your breath. On the next inhale, lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Bend the left knee. Open the hip, left knee points up towards the ceiling. Keep your shoulders square. The left shoulder wants to lift up, the right shoulder wants to drop down. Square them off. Kick out through the left heel and square the hips. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the left foot through. Low lunge, back knee down. And we hold it here and breathe. Half split. Pull the hips back. Turn the left toes up. Lengthen out of the waist. And then fold forwards. And there's the option to dial the toes out to your left. And the foot is flexed and engaged, not pointing the foot because you lose that stretch. Toes pointing up or out to the side. A couple more breaths here. I'll come back into the low lunge, setting up for the twist. Right hand down, left hand up. Hold it here or bend the right knee, left hand to the right foot. Two more full breaths. And look down, take your hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, a quarter turn to the right side of your mat. This time, horse stance, heels in, toes out. Squat down, bring the hands into prayer. So the shoulders pull back over the hips, you sit down nice and deep. Not in a low squat. That squat, yeah. And if you were leaning against the wall, you could be leaning against the wall, shoulders over the hips, not sticking the bum out. Sit down a little bit deeper. Good. Little smile, make it feel better. And then we're going to work with the arms. So we stay in this deep squat, legs are strong. On your inhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. Exhale, round the back, bring the elbows in towards the belly button, like cat pose. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round in. Just one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Star pose. Inhale, straighten the legs and the arms, lift up. Hands to heart, exhale. Parallel the feet. Inhale, lift the chest to the thumbs, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Now bring the hands down. Let the head go. And the option is to interlace your fingers behind the back. So either hands on the mat or your legs, or this interlace behind the back. And you might shake the head out, you might sway a little bit from side to side. If you want to add a bit more for your shoulders, see if you can bring the heels of the hands towards each other. Take a couple more breaths. Release the hands down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands walk to the top of the mat and the feet pivot. Step back to downward facing dog. Pause. Close your eyes. Check in. On your next inhale, come forwards to plank. Exhale, lower down onto your belly. Point the toes, tops of the feet press down. Pelvis heavy, forehead down. Now bend your right knee. Bring your right hand to the right foot. So this is like a quad stretch. Then reach your left hand forwards, forehead down. Top of the left foot presses down. On your inhale, kick the right foot into your right hand. And you start to lift up any amount. Keep reaching out through the left fingers. 2 more breaths. And then release. Forehead on your hands. Take a break. Heels out, toes in. Switching sides. Bend the left knee. Bring your left hand to the left foot, ankle, and then you flex that foot so the foot's engaged. Reach your right hand forwards. Look down. Start to kick the left foot into the left hand. Pubic bone presses down. Chest can lift up any amount. And keep breathing. 2 more breaths. Then release. Hands under the forehead. Turn the heels out, turn the toes in. Breathe where you need it. The back, shoulders, legs. Take the hands under the shoulders and push up to all fours. Round into cat pose, chin to chest, hug the belly in, round the back. Hold it here. Inhale for cow pose, look up, lengthen the spine. Come into a neutral spine. Tuck the toes under, lift up to downward facing dog. On your next exhale, look forwards, make your way to the top of the mat. And take a halfway lift. Inhale, long spine. Forward fold, exhale. Let the head go. Hold it here. Couple more breaths. On your next inhale, make your way all the way up to stand. Reach the hands up. Press the palms. Exhale, hands to heart. Remember your intention. And release the hands by the sides. We'll flow through a few rounds of sun salute here. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, step back to your plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling for cobra or up dog. Exhale, move back to down dog. We'll take 3 breaths. Use your next exhale to look forwards. Step or hop to the top. Take your halfway lift. Inhale. Fold in with the exhale. Inhale, rise up, reach up. And we keep flowing. Exhale to fold forwards, not speeding up. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale back to your plank. Take a whole inhale in plank. Everything is strong. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale for your back bend, cobra or up dog. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale back to down dog. For 3 breaths. Child's pose is always available if you need it. On your next exhale, look forwards. Step or lightly hop, feet to hands. A halfway lift. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold in, let the head go. Inhale, rise up, press into your feet as you stand up. We're going to flow through one more time. Forward fold with your exhale, move with the breath. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale takes you back to plank. Use a whole inhale here. The whole of the exhale to lower down. Inhale to lengthen into the back bend, lift up through the crown. Exhale back to down dog. Close the eyes. Take an inhale through the nose. A sigh out through the mouth. Couple more breaths. On your next exhale, look forwards. Make your way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Close the eyes and stabilize the breath. Let the inhale move freely in all directions, down into the belly, the back, the sides, all through the ribs. And exhaling completely, squeezing the breath out. Good. Open the eyes. We're going to move into dancer's pose. So bring the right hand down by your side, turn the palm up. Root down through your left foot and then kick the right heel behind you. Grab onto the right foot or the ankle. The right knee is pointing straight down. You're in a quad stretch. It's not out to the side, straight down. When you're stable here, reach the left hand up. If you feel stable here, kick that right foot into the right hand. Roll the shoulder away from the ear. You can start to lean forwards, reach forwards, kick, lean, reach, a little bend in the left knee. So we just did this kind of on our belly. Don't let that right hip open out. Square the hips off. Good. So you're just moving slowly without letting that hip open up to the side. Couple more breaths. If you wobble and come out, just come back in. That's how we learn. On your inhale, reach back up, right knee points down, then release. Tadasana, hands by the sides. And be still, notice the effect on the body, on the breath, what came up in the mind. Second side, hands to heart. Drop the left hand down, kick the left heel up towards your bum, grab onto the left foot or ankle, and then tuck that left knee down so the hips are square, hips are level. Reach the right hand up. Stabilize here, a little bend in the right knee. Kick the left foot into your hand. Lean in, reach forwards. Good. Open the right shoulder up. So there's a shoulder opening, quad stretch, breathing. Very nice. Maybe you can lean in a little bit more, maybe not. We're going to use the next inhale to stand up. Exhale to release. Tadasana, arms by the sides, close the eyes. Feel what's coming up. And blink the eyes open. Moving on. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, sit down into chair. Squeeze the legs together. Sit deep, breathing here. Use your next exhale to fold forwards. And step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, open the hip. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Step it through. Keep the back knee lifted. Coming into a crescent lunge. Now press into your feet. Start to lift up. Three times with your breath. Inhale to cactus the arms. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, open up. Exhale, reach up. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Warrior two on your inhale. Drop the back heel down and adjust into it. Let's check that both arms are parallel to the ground. Straighten the front leg. We're going to move into triangle. So start to reach forwards. Then drop the right hand down. Lift the left hand up. Open the left shoulder up. Maybe look up, but whatever's most comfortable for your neck. Two more breaths. On your inhale, push into your feet, lift back up, arms parallel, and then parallel the feet for Prasarita. Hands onto your hips. Shorten the stance if you need to. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Let the head go. The hands are either on your mat or a block, or you might hold on to your legs. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale for a halfway lift. Hands walk to the top of the mat, your feet pivot. Now step back to a three-legged dog, right leg up and back. Now you choose, you can move through a vinyasa, classic or with the right leg lifted, or you take a rest in down dog or child's pose, your choice. And when you're moving, you move with the breath, inhaling to plank. Exhaling, you lower. Inhale for a back bend, cobra, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Stabilize the breath. Meeting in down dog. Moving on to the second side. Inhale to lift your left leg up. Bend the left knee and open the hip. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Feet pressed down. Crescent lunge, you lift up. 3 times with the breath. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Open hips and arms. Adjust into it. Find stillness. And straighten the front leg for triangle. Start to reach forwards, forwards, forwards. Then left hand down and right hand up. Two more breaths. Feel your feet pressing into the mat. Little bends in the knees. And you're lengthening through the torso, through both sides. On your next inhale, rise up. Bring the hands into prayer. Horse stance, heels up, heels in, toes out. We've been here already. Sit down. Come back to your breath. And we're going to go with the arms again. Don't worry about the legs, they're fine, they're not going to give in. On your inhale, Cactus the arms, so elbows shoulder height. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Look up, so you have that curve through the upper back. On an exhale, round in, so chin to chest. Bring the forearms to touch and the elbows in towards your belly button. Inhale, open up, keep sitting deep. Exhale, squeeze it in. One more. Inhale to open. Exhale, round it in, even tuck your tailbone under. Your next inhale moves you into star pose. Straighten the legs, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Parallel the feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, you start to tilt forwards. Leading with the heart. Bring the hands down, let the head go. Just a couple of breaths here. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk the hands round to the top of the mat. Step back to a three-legged dog. Left leg up and back. Now you choose, flow through your vinyasa or rest. No rush, no race. We're finding down dog or child's pose. You've got 5 whole breaths. A meeting in down dog or all fours. Come forward into a plank or a modified plank. Take an inhale and the exhale to come down onto your belly. And we're going to set up for bow. So bending both of the knees. Bring the hands onto your feet or your ankles. And check that the knees or the inner thighs are coming together rather than splaying out. So they don't need to be touching, but they're not splaying out to the side. And if you can't quite get that grip, you could just take locust, sphinx even, with the elbows under the shoulders, or a low cobra. We'll just have a break. So for bow, look down so the neck is neutral, relax the shoulders. Inhale, kick the feet into the hands and lift up. Now, you can stay here, or we're going to roll over onto our side. So inhale, kick up, and remember to make that sound as you roll over. I'm going to roll to the left because I haven't got much space on my right. Well, I'm attempting to roll onto my left, and you roll onto your left. Take a couple of breaths here. I can't hear the sounds that you're making, so make as many sounds as you like. And then we're going to come back to center. You need to go, hey, and come back onto your belly. And inhale, I'm going to scooch over a little bit to lift up. And then roll over to the other side, hey, and hold it here. And then you need to come back onto your belly. So another hey, and you're back. And inhale to lift up. And then exhale, release. Hands under the forehead. Turn the heels out, toes in. And smooth out your breath. Send deep breaths into the back. We'll stabilize the breath. That will steady the heart rate. Now, bring the hands under the shoulders. Push up to all fours. We're going to come into pigeon, so you can move into pigeon from all fours or from downward facing dog. So the right knee will come behind the right wrist towards the right side of the mat, and the right foot wriggles somewhere towards the left side, but it might be down towards your groin. Left toes point out behind you. Use a block under your right hip if that helps. And you should be quite stable here. If there's pain in the right knee, then come onto your back, take figure 4 on your back. Puff up your pigeon chest, and then start to walk the hands forward. So you lay down, wriggle into it, square off the pelvis, square off the shoulders. We're just here for 3 breaths. Come up onto your hands, lift your chest, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up, then lift the right knee up and kick back to a 3-legged dog. Give the right leg a shake out, bend the right knee, open the right hip up, start to lean over to your left and either stay here or come into wild thing. So you bring the right toes down, the outside edge of your left foot, turn the belly and the chest up to the ceiling. Reach the right hand up and over. Brilliant. Then that graceful transition back to down dog. Or maybe you flow through a vinyasa. So down dog or vinyasa, your choice. And then when you're ready, taking pigeon on the second side. So left knee behind the left wrist. Wiggle that left foot over to the right side. Point your right toes out behind you. The block to stabilize you if you use that, a block or a cushion. Inhale. Exhale, come forwards. Three breaths here. Start to come up. Come onto your hands, lift your chest. Tuck the back toes. You might need to bring that knee in a little bit. Lift the back knee up. Hug the left knee in. Kick back. Three-legged dog. Shake it out. Now bend the left knee. Lift the left knee up. And you might just stay in this open hip down dog. Or you come onto the outside edge of your right foot. Place the left toes down. Start to turn up towards the ceiling. Reach up. Reach overhead. Good. Keep pressing down to lift up. Belly and chest up if you can. Then you make your transition back to or through down dog. Keep flowing. It will be a final vinyasa if you're doing it or not. And then we'll meet in child's pose when you're ready. Take some deep breaths here, some exhales out the mouth if that's what's needed. And from child's pose, come up to sit. Bump the hips to one side. Bend the knees, plant the feet, and you can come all the way down onto your back. Hug the knees in. So take a little rock from side to side. Place the hands onto your knees, and with the thighs together, move the knees in the same direction. Nice slow circles, let that get into the lower back. Change the direction, both knees together. And then bring both knees in towards you. So we're going to dial the knees in opposite directions. So in towards you, and then out to the sides, press them away from you, all the way around. Knees touch, back into you. So drawing these circles in opposite directions. And then we're going to change direction. Push the knees away, out to the side, in towards you, and so on. A few times in this direction. And then bring the legs together. We'll take a twist. So either thighs together, or you might want to wrap the right thigh over the left. And then we bump the hips to the right. Let the legs roll to your left. Extend the right hand out to the right. Rest the left hand on your belly or the outside of the right thigh. And start to let go now. Soften the body. Some easy breaths. Uncross the legs. Come back to center. Give the knees a squeeze in. And we switch sides. So left leg crosses if you've taken the cross. Hips shift over to your left. And then the legs roll over to your right. Reach your left arm out to the left. Rest the right hand on your leg or your belly. And relax into it. Final few breaths here. Unravel, come back to center, give the knees a squeeze in. We're going to release into Shavasana, extending your legs long. If you have a preferred resting position, feel free to take that position. Traditionally, legs are long, arms by your sides. And relax the face, whole of the face, the eyes, forehead, the cheeks and the jaw, tongue, the lips. Let the whole body be heavy, head resting on the ground, the shoulders and the arms, the upper back, middle back, the lower back in contact with the mat and held there. And soften the hips, the legs, the feet, the toes. We'll take a few minutes to be still, to be quiet, to absorb your practice. If you have time to stay a while longer, please do. If you're ready to come out of the practice, begin to deepen the breath. When you're ready to move the body, start to move the body. Move in the way that comes naturally to you. When you're ready, bring the knees in. Roll over to one side and help yourself up to sit. And place the hands in prayer in front of the heart. Close the eyes. Find stillness. Notice any shifts in the physical body. Any shifts in the breath. And in the mind. We'll bring the thumbs to the third eye, between the eyebrows. Remember your intention. Bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.